Let me quickly introduce to you the main man of the evening, your show host for this particular summit, because at the helm of this News9 Global Summit is a vision of a man who's literally redefined what Indian media today aspires to do. We're talking about flair, we're talking about sharpness, we're talking about a person with a winning mindset and somebody who's always 10 steps ahead. He's the reason why TV9 Network is what it stands for today. You know what? I'll just let the big screen here do the talking for itself.
How do you define who you are? What is my philosophy? How do I take that as a learning? This is like an exploratory question. Our identity in the life that we carry is primarily with the work that we do. But it's a long journey ahead. I'm a student of brands. I run the largest news network of the largest democracy in the world. My responsibility is maximum to my people around me. And I like to put things in simple equation, which I call objectifying subjectivity. I have been hosting this show for quite some time. I've spoken to many legends, ex-state heads, international legendary footballers, and sports is very close to my heart. If the world starts getting women-led, I think a lot of things will get corrected. I'm 100% duty-bound.
Next gentleman who's going to come up here for this discussion is a dancing storm, a style icon, a national phenomenon, and now it's a global name. With Pushpa, this person has not just broken the language barriers, he has redefined them. Have a quick look.
What makes a star a superstar? Is it the ability to choose the right script? Or is it about the timing? Are superstars born or made? One man has shown the world that he can't be broken and he won't bend. Allu Arjun, uncut, unplugged, unscripted. Decoding talent beyond borders in conversation with Barun.
Arjun, I am meeting you after about 6 months. I met you last just before Pushpa 2 was released. You were already a superstar then. Then Pushpa 2 happened. So how do I describe you now? I heard that your fans call you icon star. But I would like to know how life has changed over the last 6 months since Pushpa 2 happened.
At least everybody knows my face now.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I'm a regional actor. I used to work in Telugu films with quite popularity among other states in the south. But now, because of Pushpa and the grace of the entire Indian audience, I've become more familiar. So it's a long journey, and I'm glad to have started this journey.
No discussion with you can be initiated without that iconic dialogue of yours, "Main jhukega nahi sala." Right. I mean, we had heard other iconic dialogues like, old films, Amitabh Bachchan, "मैं आज भी फेंके हुए पैसे नहीं उठाता हूँ, और मैं जहाँ खड़ा होता हूँ लाइन वहीं से शुरू होता है, और सनी देओल्स 2.5 किलो का हाथ." But this possibly would rank somewhere around that, "Jhukega nahi sala." Who came up with it?
It's absolutely my director, Mr. Sukumar Garu.
All right.
It's absolutely his creation.
Right. Right. As I said that at the end of the discussion, we'll figure out that how do I address you. But I would take the discussion forward in a way that I would like to decipher, decode what makes an Allu Arjun.
Okay.
Right. You have to keep reacting whether you agree with me or not. The first and foremost is the physical attribute. Amongst the physical attributes is fitness and physique. You were one of the first South Indian stars to sport a six-pack.
Yes.
Right.
With all humility, yes. Thank you.
So tell me that how do you approach that fitness of yours? Is there a secret regime? Is there a secret recipe?
Honestly, it's about just a mindset. Back in the day, around maybe almost 20 years back, it was something that was never done before by any other South actor, and it said that, you know, culturally it's not accepted, and there were many taboos around that. And I knew that it's a great sign if you just do it for once. It just needs one person to break the jinx, you know. And someone motivated me to do that by saying that I don't think any South actors can come up with six packs. It's one of my actresses who I worked with said that. And then I took that as a challenge, and I just did it for my people, if I could say that.
No, but besides six packs, you look amazingly fit, and those action sequence, and I'm coming to the second attribute, dance, they often look surreal. They don't look that a human being is performing that. I know you get help of technology, but I think that without an amazing fitness backing you, those stunts, those actions are not possible.
Honestly, fitness is a very key aspect for every actor, because especially being an Indian actor, you have to dance, you have to fight, and you don't know when the schedule might start up. It might start up with a song, it can start up with a fight, but you have to be physically prepared for everything. So fitness is extremely important, and a lot of practice. By the years, you know, I started at a very young age, at the age of 19, 20. So conditioning for that, you know, having so many experiences, having a lot of injuries, it makes you sharper and sharper by the years. It's extremely tough, to be very honest. It's extremely tough, but it's worth when you see it on the big screen and you have millions of people appreciating it.
The second one in the physical attributes, besides fitness and physique, is dance. Right? I think in almost in every movie that you have come up with at least one or two iconic dance moves. Now, you had started your career, I mean, initially you were a dancer, you possibly are a born dancer, but have you really honed on that skill? How much it comes naturally to you?
Honestly, all these years, it came very naturally to me. I won't lie about that. You know, since a very young age, I've been fortunately very acrobatic, and dance is very second nature, and it comes with a lot of ease. Thanks to all the acrobatic skills, you know, a lot of gymnastic training, a lot of martial arts training, a lot of dance, all these help. But I've never trained for dance. I'm a natural dancer. Maybe now that age is catching up, now I feel like training even more to have the skills sharpened.
So physical attribute, dance. The third one which comes to my mind as one of your success factors is your universal appeal and versatility. I think you became almost a cross-border star since your fourth film, right? You became so popular in Malayalam film industry that people started calling you Allu Arjun from Allu Arjun.
Yes.
And you're equally comfortable in all the roles. So you've never thought of yourself as being a stereo cast in any kind of role, right?
Well, I'll keep it simple. The only thing that runs in my mind is that every movie is unique, and every movie should not repeat itself. Unknowingly, we all have our own patterns. All of us have it. We all have our patterns, but as much as possible, consciously we should, you know, there's unconsciously we have a lot of patterns, but as much as possible, consciously we should try to remove those patterns and try to come up with something new every single time. And in such a competitive world, you have to present the best to the audience at every given point.
I mean, if you see your movie, the 19th film, which was a blockbuster, Ala Vaikantu Pudalu, and then, of course, Pushpa is a different genre. What I understood that, well, you picked up your roles very carefully, but you want to make it larger than life. You want to leave that lasting impression on audience's mind about the role that he just played. So these are the three physical attributes which come to my mind.
Thank you so much. To just put it in a nutshell, it's not about how good the role is or what genre it is or what frame it is in. I think the most important aspect is how much are we willing to believe in it and give it our best in it. That is the key. I would give a lot of credit of my success to that one point, if I have to put it as a point for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the winner is first born in the mind. So there would be a set of mindset attributes which I feel is behind what Allu Arjun today is, which some of them I have experienced myself. The first and foremost of that is never give up attitude. You know, you had a roller coaster career, right? So on the fourth film itself, you became very popular beyond Telugu film industry. Then between the 10th and 11th film, around your 10th film, I think the dubbing market opened up. So even in North India, even in Eastern region, people started liking Allu Arjun. And in fact, I was flying yesterday. One of my co-passengers just said that she's a great fan of yours. I said, how many movies of Allu Arjun have you seen? Have you seen Pushpa? She said, no, I haven't seen Pushpa, but still she's a great fan. So, and then you had an accident, right?
Yes. Around my 10th film, after I was shooting for my 10th film, and I had an accident. I had a shoulder rotator cuff tear. And I was very known for my physical fitness and acrobatic skills. And when I broke my shoulder, I did have a minor tear before, and it was just a small surgery, and I was back in 3 weeks, and within the 4th week I was in the gym. So I was expecting the same, and once I went to the hospital, it was in Sydney, it was in Australia, and the doctor said, well, you have to take 6 months off. That was like a big blow for me, because we were going to start shooting in 2-3 months, and I did not have that time. And I think at that point, it was the most fearful point of my life, because I was banking so much of my career on a physical fitness. And then that's when it struck me that the physical strength and the agility and all this will deteriorate by age. And what will grow as you age is the performance as an actor. What grows with you along is actually the artistic skills and the performance. And ever since that film, from my 11th film onwards, I started concentrating on every shot to give my best performance. And by the grace of God, or the time, nature, whatever you want to call it, by my 20th film, with all humility, I was the first Telugu actor to win a national award in 69 years. I mean, and I look back when I broke my hand for a very long time, I was thinking that breaking my hand was like the biggest low of my life, but that in fact is the biggest gift of my life. So I believe that everything is a gift on its way. You will just know it in time.
Arjun, I often feel that we forget that conversation or communication is a 3-step process. You hear, you process, then you say. And in real life, you'll say that we just mix up the processing and saying. We start talking even
Absolutely. I used to reflect. When someone said something, I used to reflect. But I still, every single day I get up in the morning, I think, it's everybody's human tendency to reflect automatically at any given point. I just keep telling myself, be open, listen, process, and give them a processed answer.
Absolutely. Brilliant. So these things, Arjun, during that introspection time, were you all by yourself, or you had a mentor or a coach, somebody was guiding you?
Well, I did spend a lot of time by myself. I think solitude is the best teacher.
Wow, solitude is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you. And of course, I had a lot of help also. I believe in taking help. I believe in taking professional help. And also I had another family coach, and also had someone who's personally working on me at many different aspects. And that did give me a lot of introspection. And I think everybody should have a coach in their life and get coached.
So that was the first mindset, as I'm saying, that you never give up. Now it's coming up, that you developed the ability to hear, listen. That is a huge change in you. The second mindset quality that I see in you is that you go all in. When you go for something, that we often say that in management, we say that you must keep the plan B ready, right? But if you keep the plan B ready, then you know that something is waiting for you. But I think for you, you never had a plan B. You just decided.
In all honesty, I never had a plan B. I never had a plan B. It's all in or nothing. I'd rather sit at home and relax.
Yeah.
I told you, like I mentioned earlier, anything we do, it is not about what it is. It is how good we are at it. Today, with all due respect, there's so many people in so many fields. Say, suppose there is a designer or there is a photographer. You know, it's not about, oh, he's just a photographer, oh, he's just a designer, oh, he's just a tailor, oh, he's just this. It's how good they are that takes them, it's the eye to the detail. It's the detail. It's the detailing that will take them to the extreme level. So I believe in that process.
Yeah, that's my third mindset, attention for detail.
Oh, thank you. I think extremely diving in is one of my personal belief systems.
So that dupatta lifting scene
Yes.
in Pushpa 2,
Yes.
I'm sure that most of us have seen that scene, and you did that, what, 17, 18 takes for that shot?
7. We lost count, to be very honest. It's a shot in the trailer. I don't know how many of you have seen it.
No, all of us
it's
were.
a teaser. You know, there's a sari flying out, and I catch it, and it was the first teaser from Pushpa. Well, we started shooting that shot. It's a very complex shot, and we had 70 to 80 takes. It's a very complex shot. We started in the morning around 8:30, 9. And by the time the camera was set in, and you know, we had some 20, 30 takes already done by then. And we were going around 11:30, I was getting the rhythm of it. I knew it just has to crack any moment now. And I told everybody, till we get, and after some time, you know, they have these clap numbers, they have these takes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they finished all the 1, 2, 3, 4, they finished the ABCDs. I said, take the clap out. Whichever is the last shot is the okay take. And we're going to delay it till we get it. And around 2:30, we cracked it. I think it was around the 85th take or 78th take, something like that.
My God.
Yeah.
How do you choose your scripts?
Gut feeling.
Gut feel.
Just a gut feeling. That is the highest intelligence. If you feel it, it will most likely, it will not cheat you.
Right. So I think in terms of probability, you're doing fairly well. Your gut feels have been mostly correct.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I'm on the other side.
Never give up. Going all in, eye for detail. The fourth mindset which I see in you, that you are always thinking big and thinking ahead of your time. So I heard you saying that, well, you don't mind the character as long as the character becomes larger than life. So small is not your way at all.
No, absolutely not. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. Because what defines, I'm just not talking about myself, with all humility. I think every person is just as big as their dreams and the efforts to chase it.
Very nice. Very
Thank you.
well said.
Thank you.
Absolutely, you are as big as your dreams. But in terms of your thought process, in terms of when you introspect, when you regroup, I see that you're always ahead of the time. You're thinking that what next? Is that true?
Well, I'd put it this way. Always want to push the boundaries. There's always a glass ceiling, and there is a great thrill in breaking the glass ceiling every single time, not just for the world, even for yourself. So I believe in pushing the boundaries. I believe in taking our Indian cinema to a global level and push it to the maximum, because, you know, we have such a big industry as a film industry, and we've been there for like so many decades, and we've never have had a serious impact on the global box office. And I feel it's just about time. You know, India is getting there.
Yeah.
We as a country, we're growing and we're getting there. And very soon, in the coming years, Indian film industry, Indian entertainment industry, and we as a country will make a global mark, not just in this industry, but cutting across every other industry. Indians and Indian companies and Indian entertainment, everything will have a solid impact on a global scale. And I'm a very firm believer of that.
Excellent. Arjun, so in terms of mindset,
Yeah.
I was more or less correct, and then you added a few. I am in management professional for last 35 years or so. I can safely tell you that your mindset is no less than the mindset of a very successful CEO. So, before I wind up, I want to come to that. These are my take on your X factors.
X factor.
Yeah, you know, how I define X factor is that which you normally cannot see, normally cannot really define that this is the X factor. X is something that, like in maths, we used to say that an unknown number, we used to assume X. So in your X factor, I believe that your sense of belonging, the reverse sense of belonging that you have for your fans, it is as if you feel for them as much as they feel for you. Is that true? That
Absolutely. I would want, beyond money, beyond time, it's the human effort and energy that everybody comes to a theater. It's like they're moving their entire self, they're moving their bodies, they're moving, their vehicles, and they're spending so much of money coming to theaters, and I do not want to waste their time and energy on a very average product. So I always want to give them the best, and that's what has accumulated the fans. And I always try to give the audience the best possible. I believe only in one thing. The mistake should not happen in my conscious mind. If it happened unconsciously, it's an accident. But if I let it pass, then it's a mistake. So as much as possible, at least when it comes to a film, I'd never want to give a compromised product or a compromised energy. Even when I see the film, I was like, oh, we could have done this better. Oh, we could have done that better. That's always there, but I would try to give the best possible to the audience. And I think that feeling to serve them to my best ability has gotten me this far.
Yes,
if I have to say, I don't know what is the X factor,
definitely.
but if there's anything that I can put it, I would put it that way.
You just expressed it, that humility and humanity. These two define you to a large extent. You're a family man, very close to your family. You're the friend of friends. And your sense of belonging with the fans we just described. How important do you think for a star like you to have their feet grounded?
Absolutely very necessary, at cutting across at every level, because even when I make a film, for example, I'm going to wait, for me, the key is I'm going to watch this family. One of the reasons I would attribute my films to have a wide reach is because I make it for an entire family audience of all sectors, from a newborn, not just a newborn, I meant to say from a very young child to probably 80 plus. I would want everybody to watch the film, and I keep that in my mind because I have people of that age group in my family, and those are my checkpoints. I see through that, the hope the scene is not too obscene so that my 5-year-old son is not watching it, because I will be making a film that I will be watching it with my family. So I think that aspect of having a family member at every age has made me understand what the audience want. And I think a large part of understanding what the audience want comes from my family.
Before we move to the final round, when I ask you what next, I just want to pick your brain on what you think about awards. You were the first one to win a National Film Award, National Award for Best Actor after 69 years of National Film Awards have been institutionalized. Yeah. And then you also have won about 6 Filmfare Awards and 50 odd awards in your life. So how important are awards for you?
Honestly, I love awards because they are the quantifiable, how do I say that? They're the very quantifiable achievements. A film could come and it could just do really well, and people will forget that film over time. Probably I did a good film in 2006. It won't have any relevance now. But when I have an award sitting here next to me saying the best actor 2006, or the highest grosser of 2006, the award is a physical form of the achievement.
Of recognition, yeah.
It's a quantifiable, it's a quantifiable achievement. So I really personally like awards, and I aim to be the best that year. Every film I do, if the film has a release that year, I try to, and I also in my mind see what are the parallel other films that are there, and I always try to do my best. And many times, very, very fortunately, in the last few years, I won't say almost, but many times I won the best actor every time that year my film release was there.
Right, finally, Arjun, what next? AA22X A6.
Yes,
You and Atlee coming together, your 22nd film, Atlee's 6th.
yes. It's my 22nd film with Mr. Director Atlee Garu, who made Jawan and many other super hit films in the South. So we've come together. I really liked the idea that he told me, and I liked his aspirations, and I felt we were like minds at many levels, and we hope to bring a very new visual spectacle film to Indian cinema.
So this is something, I mean,
It would be a very, sorry to cut you. It would be a very international presentation film with total Indian sensibilities.
that's exactly, I was again.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be Indian, come on, it's our Indian film.
Yeah, it's like I heard you saying that from local to global to
Absolutely.
universal,
Absolutely.
right? And technology will have a significant
Absolutely.
role to play.
Absolutely.
And did you draw any inspiration from the K-dramas? That's very close to your heart.
In all honesty, everything has got an impact on me. Everything we watch, all the feed plays a huge impact on the way the world is changing so fast. Everything has got a significant impact on me. Yes, of course, K-pop, K-drama, Hollywood films, many other international films, regional films, Indian national films, everything has got a significant impact. And like you said, the only way to reach to a global level is by telling local stories. It's our local tales, because we are the stories we are told. And the more authentic we are to our storytelling, the wider we would reach to audience all over the world. That is my belief system.
Thank you very much, Arjun. We hope that this next film of yours achieves that very significant feat of an Indian cinema, making it mainstream in the global arena, completely made by Indians, produced in India. And I hope that you continue to be shining very bright and reach where people start calling you a larger-than-life star.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you. I
Arjun.
hope to be open.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.